In a secret room at the Federal Bureau of Investigation, newly appointed Deputy Director Bongino has reportedly discovered classified documents deliberately hidden by former Director James Comey. These mysterious files seem to be more than just relics of the past. They could potentially unveil dark secrets about the FBI's entanglements with Washington's power structures. Bongino, a former Fox News contributor and host of his own podcast, The Dan Bongino Show, was appointed FBI Deputy Director by President Trump in February of this year and officially took office on March 17th. Working alongside new Director Kash Patel, his appointment is viewed as a significant step towards fully exposing alleged misconduct within the FBI and rebuilding public trust in the agency. On May 29th, in an interview with Fox News, Bongino first disclosed their discovery at FBI headquarters. He described a previously unmentioned room containing a large volume of materials from James Comey's tenure as director. These materials had not undergone normal archival processing, were not digitized, and were not included in official record systems. Instead, they were found in bags, seemingly intentionally concealed. Bongino stated that the contents of these materials might pertain to several cases of intense public interest, including the Russiagate investigation during the 2016 presidential election, FISA surveillance authorizations targeting the Trump campaign, and other politically sensitive incidents. The FBI is reportedly now working to declassify these materials for public release. The Russiagate investigation Bongino mentioned refers to a series of inquiries into whether the Trump campaign colluded with the Russian government to influence the 2016 election outcome. At the time, US intelligence agencies, including the FBI, asserted that Russia attempted to interfere through hacking, disinformation campaigns, and other means to support Trump and undermine Hillary Clinton. In July 2016, the FBI launched Operation Crossfire Hurricane to scrutinize potential links between the Trump campaign and Russia. In May 2017, the Department of Justice appointed former FBI Director Robert Mueller as special counsel to take over the investigation. Mueller's probe lasted nearly 2 years, cost $32 million, and resulted in several convictions on various charges, but ultimately concluded in March 2019 that there was insufficient evidence to establish that the Trump campaign conspired or coordinated with the Russian government in its election interference activities. The surveillance authorizations against the Trump campaign refer to the FBI obtaining warrants from the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court (FISC) during the Russiagate probe to monitor Trump campaign advisor Carter Page. These warrants, based on assertions that Page might have ties to Russian intelligence, allowed the FBI to surveil his communications. Inspector General found that the surveillance into question. This became a cornerstone of conservative accusations that the FBI has a history of abusing its power and exhibiting political bias. The original text asserts that despite Russiagate being proven to be a hoax, those allegedly responsible have not been held accountable. So, what is the significance of these materials deliberately hidden by James Comey? Bongino elaborated in an interview on Fox News Fox and Friends. We found these materials in bags under Comey's FBI. Once released, they will absolutely stun you. He added, I have to tell you, in my nearly 3 months here, the thing that has surprised me most is the depravity of James Comey. This man is a disgrace to the badge, the FBI, and the country. The implication is that these documents pertain to undisclosed secrets from operations conducted under Comey's leadership. While Bongino did not explicitly state whether these materials are sufficient to incriminate Comey or lead to criminal charges, he has been a vocal critic. Bongino has directly accused Comey's 8,647 photo, posted on social media, of implying improper intent towards the 47th president, Donald Trump, prompting a Secret Service investigation. Earlier this month, Comey posted a photo on social media of 8,647 spelled out with rocks and shells, captioned, "Cool shells form as I walk on the beach." This tweet quickly caused an uproar, with many speculating if 86 alluded to eliminating or nixing, and 47 referred to Trump as the 47th president. This sparked intense discussion and suspicion about whether Comey was publicly sending a provocative or threatening signal. In the interview, Bongino specifically addressed this. We've now wasted countless man-hours, received many tips through our hotline. People reporting 8,647 because of Jim Comey. It's all because he can't control his words and actions. He's like a child, a big child. Notably, President Trump fired Comey shortly after taking office in 2017. The White House's publicly stated reason was Comey's handling of the Hillary Clinton email investigation Emailgate, which was said to have damaged the FBI's credibility. Emailgate refers to the FBI's 2015-2016 investigation into then Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server for some official communications while she was Secretary of State. This practice raised concerns that classified or sensitive information might have been mishandled, violating federal regulations. A memo by Rod Rosenstein, then Deputy Attorney General, criticized Comey for overstepping his authority in the email probe. In July 2016, at a press conference, Comey announced he would not recommend charges against Clinton, but also publicly criticized her conduct as extremely careless. This unilateral press conference was unusual, as prosecution decisions are typically announced by the DOJ, not the FBI. Rosenstein criticized Comey for usurping the DOJ's role. Many analysts and mainstream media outlets at the time believed the real reason for Trump firing Comey was related to the ongoing FBI Russiagate investigation. Trump himself, after the dismissal, told NBC News the decision was related to this Russia thing, a statement widely seen as a challenge to the probe. This led many Democrats and media figures to accuse Trump of retaliation and attempting to obstruct justice. However, the original text suggests that Trump's decision to fire Comey might have been linked to Comey's existing procedural non-compliance or even potentially illegal actions. Bongino pointed out that Comey faced accusations of improper conduct, including his role in obtaining FISA warrants to surveil the Trump campaign and leaking sensitive FBI documents to the media after his dismissal, yet was never prosecuted. The text highlights a perceived double standard. When Comey held his unilateral press conference on Emailgate, he faced less criticism from certain media and political figures than when the Trump administration fired him, which they portrayed as interference with justice. Facing potential new scrutiny, the 64-year-old former FBI director appeared on CNN on May 28, launching a preemptive critique of Director Kash Patel and Deputy Director Dan Bongino. "To be honest, I'm a bit confused," Comey said. "From a podcaster to FBI Deputy Director, I believe that's a huge adjustment. I hope these two guys can let their roles guide them. Nothing in the lives and careers of these two new directors leads me to believe they know how to lead an organization. I would be very skeptical. I bet people inside the FBI are skeptical too." Comey questioned their transition from media personalities to top FBI leadership and their capacity to lead major investigations professionally. However, these criticisms of their backgrounds seem not to have significantly undermined Patel and Bongino, according to the original text. Comey then appeared to broaden his critique, stating, "I don't understand the meaning of that tweet, likely referring to his 8647 tweet or its interpretation. I guess the investigation into the pipe bombs found on January 6th was never closed. The FBI never closes things like that. As for other matters, I think the Supreme Court Marshal investigated the leak of the draft opinion, but I don't know what role the FBI played there. The cocaine in the White House. I thought the Secret Service investigated that. I haven't followed it and don't understand. The pipe bombs Comey mentioned were two improvised explosive devices found near the RNC and DNC headquarters on January 6, 2021. Though undetonated, they were serious threats. The investigation remains open and is considered highly sensitive within the FBI, with no perpetrators identified. Another unresolved case is the cocaine found in the White House on July 2, 2023, in a West Wing storage locker. The Secret Service closed its investigation quickly due to insufficient evidence. President Trump has repeatedly questioned this, suggesting he would re-examine it and vaguely implicating either Joe or Hunter Biden. He also alleged that key evidence, like fingerprints, might have been deliberately erased. "I think I'll have to investigate this myself because there's some very bad stuff in there," Trump stated. Regarding the events sparked by the mysterious bags of documents, the original text mentions that Homeland Security Secretary Chris Tinham and FBI Director Kash Patel posted on social media that the Secret Service would lead an investigation presumably into the 8,647 tweet and Comey's files, with support from HHS and the FBI. This indicates the new administration is taking these matters seriously. Bongino also revealed that since taking office, many FBI insiders have approached him, some even grabbing his arm to thank him for his arrival and stating, "We need to talk." This, the text suggests, shows that many within the Bureau were dismayed by practices during the Comey era and are eager to share the truth.